Welcome to London Stadium for tonight's game featuring the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals. Now let's meet the teams. Please welcome to the field the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals.
Great festivities as the ball players walk out with some of the kids here in London. What are these players feeling right now, Alex?
I don't know. I'll tell you what they're feeling. I'm jealous I'm not playing because what an awesome event to come across the pond in London with two of our trophy franchise with the Cardinals and the Cubs. I'm jealous.
You guys were here back in 2019. Derek, you haven't been here, though, so what do you think about the surroundings so far?
It's a postseason vibe for the players here. It gives them a chance to become stars, because once again you have people watching this not outside of St. Louis, outside of Chicago, people around the world.
It's a wonderful experience, you know, to come out of the country, out of the U.S., where we are so used to play baseball, to a different atmosphere, to a different fans. You know, I mean, it's incredible. It's a great experience, Kevin.
Yeah, these two teams renewing their rivalry again. It goes back 142 years. They've never played outside of the Midwest until here tonight, where they do so in London. We'll have some Cubs fans, some Cardinals fans, and just new baseball fans from around the world. What a night here in London as we are moments away from the first pitch in the London series on Fox. The Cubs and the Cardinals, first installment of this one since 2019, and we'll be back next year as well. So it's going to be a great tradition to see the Cubs fans and Cardinal fans walking the streets, and now here into London Stadium for what should be a heck of an event. The players, along with some children in the London area out along the baselines. And what a great vibe to take London around the world, take baseball around the world, and of course back to London, as it's now time for our national anthems. With that, we get it back over to our public address announcer, Alan Roach.
Ladies and gentlemen, to sing the national anthems of the United States of America and Great Britain, celebrating 39 years of world-class performances, please welcome the London Community Gospel Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red lead, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
closer to first pitch. Takeover when we come back. The London series from London Stadium is next.
Oh, check it out. Baseball.
Baseball?
What is it? Is it like cricket?
Nah, it's bigger. It's more. It's got more.
This one is way back and gone. He dives and makes the catch. Robbery.
My word.
He struck him out. This place explodes.
You know, Cubs versus Cardinals. It hardly seems fair.
Yeah, but how do they get the little bears in the uniforms?
Are you an idiot?
That is how you make a statement.
Well, I like it when they play hard and they don't like each other.
Indubitably.
It's getting animated. Probably not deciding where they're going to have dinner.
To baseball!
Yeah.
Welcome to the
London series is back on Fox. It's the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals in a rivalry that's been going on since 1893. For over 130 years, these two teams have not liked each other, and the rivalry has a new chapter this afternoon in London Stadium. Hello, everyone. I'm Matthew Kaufman. This is the Cubs and the Cardinals in a series that starts right here in London. 2 games, but go back to 2019 for a total time of 9 hours and 6 minutes. 2 games were played. This was Yankees and Red Sox. 50 total runs were scored. That's a MLB most at that time. And this is what we have to expect here tonight. It is a team for the Chicago Cubs that have won 4 of their last 5. They're in 3rd place in the NL Central. The Cardinals have also won 4 of their last 5 as well, and they are in last place in the NL Central. We talked to Nolan Arenado in the pregame and asked, how do you get back into the playoff race? The pitching, the defense, and being able to score with men on base. That's something the Cardinals have struggled with this year. And talk about the teams, both of them winning 4 of their last 5 games. That's a huge plus, especially in this opportunity of the playoffs right around the corner, believe it or not, as we get closer to the All-Star break. But the Cardinals are a team that is in dead last in the NL Central, where the Cubs have been able to battle their way back to 3rd place with the scorching hot Cincinnati Reds. Beautiful sights, beautiful city here in London, and there's so much more to come here on Fox as the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals get ready to battle it out on a gorgeous night here tonight. 8-2 over the last 10 games for the Cubs, 4-6 over the last 10 for the Cardinals. And of course, there's no better way to continue a series than across the pond. Cubs and Cardinals on Fox coming up soon, right here. Well, we said it was a beautiful day here in London. It's partly cloudy, 81 degrees here today on a beautiful night for this game between the Cubs and the Cardinals. The first of 2 in this London weekend series, as the second game tomorrow morning, Eastern time in America. That'll be 10:10 on ESPN. But what a sight for these two teams to get ready to play. Cody Bellinger, former World Series champion, ready to go. He will be in the starting lineup today at first base. Christopher Morel, Dansby Swanson, the key names for the Cubs. Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, Lars Nootbaar for the key names for the St. Louis Cardinals, who will take the field first. Adam Wainwright will be the starter for the Cardinals. Let's take a look at the Cubs lineup in center field. Leading off, Mike Tauchman. He's been hot. Batting second, second baseman Nico Horner. Batting third, right fielder Seiya Suzuki. Batting fourth, left fielder Ian Happ. Batting fifth, the shortstop Dansby Swanson. Batting sixth, another world champion Cody Bellinger. Christopher Morel, DH, is bat seventh. Yan Gomes, veteran catcher, bats eighth. And Nick Madrigal will bat ninth and play third base for the Cubs. 2 world champions on this, 3 world champions actually on this team. Jan Gomes, Cody Bellinger, and Dansby Swanson. Well, for the Cardinals, it's a team that has a veteran starting pitcher on the mound, and Uncle Charlie, all-time Cardinal ranks. He's got 2,171 career strikeouts, second in franchise history, 198 wins. That's third, 398 starts, and over 2,600 innings pitched as a Cardinal. Well, Adam Wainwright, he has been off to a good start this year, you could say. He's got a 3-1 record, but the ERA is a little bit of an issue for the St. Louis Cardinals, a 5.56 ERA in 43 2/3 innings entering this game. And for Adam Wainwright, it's a team with the Cardinals that struggled with pitching, a team that has struggled defensively and struggled to get guys in when on base offensively. So Adam Wainwright's going to have to keep the pitches somewhat in the zone, but out of the seats today. Is this Cardinals team, as we look at the umpiring crew, Adam Hammery, the home plate umpire, Vic Carapazza, the first base umpire, Nick Marley, the second base umpire, and Jerry Lane, the crew chief at third base tonight. There you see a 10-time Gold Glover, 10 years in a row at third base for Nolan Arenado, and it's a series that gets set to start. And these fans have come here today, and they are excited. They are ready to go here in St. Louis. As the Cardinals and the Cubs, Adam Wainwright ready to take the mound, and for the first time in London, where these two teams will meet for the first of 2 games of the series when we come back right here on Fox.
Come in front of a sellout crowd at London Stadium.
Well, here come the St. Louis Cardinals and Adam Wainwright hustling to the mound, and that is how much Adam Wainwright is ready for this game. He got to pitch in the World Baseball Classic earlier in the offseason in March. Now he gets to pitch in another prime time event here in London. The first game of this series, the beautiful overview of London Stadium in the United Kingdom of London. As the infielders and outfielders, Adam Wainwright will get his warm-up tosses, as we already told you, the Cubs pitching staff. And now let's talk to Nolan Arenado.
From first pitch, how different does this feel compared to a typical regular season game?
Well, the turf infield's a little bit different than any turf I played on back home, for sure. It's really bouncy, but the dirt has been phenomenal. So just to try to get the good hop and then make the plays, but it's a little bouncy, but we're going to be all right.
Nolan, thanks. Good luck. Joe, back to you.
All right, Kenny.
Well, you heard Nolan Arenado. The infield is a little bouncy. How does it affect the Cardinals pitching today? We saw already what the Cubs lineup looks like. Let's start with the leadoff hitter, and that is Mike Kaufman. He has been hot. 12 of 30 his last 36, 2 doubles, 2 homers. That's in his last 10 games. Let's talk about Adam Wainwright this year. 8 starts, 3-1 record with a 5.56 ERA and 43 2/3 innings. The walk to strikeout ratio almost even, 24 strikeouts to just 13 walks. But here's the pitch usage for Adam Wainwright. He really relies heavily on the sinker and the curveball at 33 and then 32%. Not so much on the fastball with just 4%. Well, Mike Kaufman ready, Wainwright ready. Let's start the London series, as that is outside 1-0 on Mike Kaufman, who has been hot. We told you the numbers for him as of late, and for the Chicago Cubs, something that they must be excited to see, and that's a strike from Adam Wainwright, first of the day, and it's 1-1 on Mike Kaufman. Well, Cubs 8-2, as we said, over their last 10 games, and battling for that third place spot, trying to bring their way back in the lead in the NL Central after the Cincinnati Reds are scorching hot right now. They've won 12 in a row. 1-1 pitch from Adam Wainwright is the curveball that misses 2-1 on Kaufman. And Kaufman's been all over the outfield this year for the Cubs. Left field, center field, and right field. He played a lot of outfield when he was with his former team, the New York Yankees. As that misses low, 3-1 on Kaufman. Remember, Mike Kaufman has been here in London before. He was with the Yankees in 2019 when New York played the Red Sox right here in London. That series combined for 50 total runs. 3-1 pitch is a cut and a miss for Mike Kaufman in the count full, 3-2 on the Cub leadoff hitter. This Cubs team is coming off a win against the Pirates. They've won their last 4 straight series as they get ready for a homestand of 13 games in a row. 3-2 pitch is up the middle. Grounded to DeYoung. He'll throw to first in time. And there is one down for the Cardinals offense. Last 9 games, Cubs have been hot. We told you that. They're 8-1 in their last 9 games. Mike Kaufman's been hot. So is Ian Happ. He's been a big factor. 6 extra base hits. He's batting .303, 12 ribbies. Kaufman 2 homers, 344 with 8 RBIs. And that's something that David Ross must love to see. And now it is the number 2 hitter, Nico Horner, to the plate. 4th season as a Cubs manager, 2016 world champion with the Cubs as a catcher. He told us earlier today as well that he was a backup catcher, and to hit that home run in Game 7 for David Ross, one of the coolest things he has ever done, he said. 1-1 to Nico Horner. That's into left field. Slipping is Horner. Long run and a sliding catch by Lars Nootbaar. We're going to see a lot of good defense, it seems like, so far tonight. And that pitch was a curveball that ate up Wilson Contreras. And then Horner kind of slipped out of the box. Either way, a really nice defensive play in left field by Lars Nootbaar for the second out of the inning, as he slid to grab that one. So 2 quick outs here in the first inning. Here is Seiya Suzuki. That's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Suzuki had 59 games this year, 25 RBIs, 6 homers, batting .269 for the Cubs. The 0-1. That curveball bounced 1-1. Suzuki in his second year here with the Cubs, batting just under .270. Here's a ground ball to short. DeYoung fields and fires to Goldschmidt. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Uncle Charlie. Adam Wainwright. Down go the Cubs, and out come the Cubs defense. Justin Steele.
Cubs hats, Cardinals.
Well, back here in London, Cubs and the Cardinals. And we take a look at the Cardinals starting lineup. Leading off center fielder is Tommy Edman, batting second, Gold Glover, National League MVP. Paul Goldschmidt at first base. Another 10-time Gold Glove, Nolan Arenado at third base, bats third. Wilson Contreras doing the catching. Jordan Walker, the rookie, DH, bats fifth. Dylan Carlson will bat sixth. Batting seventh, Lars Nootbaar. We saw him already in left field. Paul DeYoung, the shortstop, bats eighth. And Brendan Donovan bats ninth. They're going to face Justin Steele, who's got 13 starts this year. And the first pitch to Tommy Edman is in there for a strike. 0-1. A pitch usage for Justin Steele. He's had a good year so far here for the Cubs, and much of a bounce back for Chicago. A big reason of the success that he's had. That's a big cut from Edman. Fouled it away. 0-2 quickly on Tommy Edman. That's called strike three. Edman down, looking. Steele painted the bottom of the zone. And there's one away here in the bottom half of the first inning for Justin Steele, his first K of the day, as he punches out Edman, and the ump cam presented by Fox right at the knees in a perfect pitch location for Steele. So one out. Here is a National League MVP, multi-time Gold Glover, Paul Goldschmidt, who this year, 27 multi-hit games this season. fifth in the National League. That's a little inside 1-1. Goldschmidt has got 20 doubles this year, 13 home runs so far. 1-1 count on the National League MVP from a year ago. Lifts this into right. There's a lot of foul territory, but it goes foul into the seats. 1-2 on Goldschmidt. Packed crowd here in London for the first of two in this London series. Cubs Cardinals here in 2023. Next year we got Mets Phillies. 1-2 pitch is called. Strike three. Paul Goldschmidt down looking, 2 away here in the first. For Justin Steele, back-to-back strikeouts. Beautiful pitch at the top of the zone with that fastball. And he got Goldie looking for out number 2. Well, the Cubs are, we said 8-2 over their last 10 games. Cardinals are 4-6. So they have not helped themselves. Here's Nolan Arenado. He's got 50 RBIs, and he's first in the National League third baseman All-Star voting. As the All-Star game creeping its way in. As that will be July 11th, in Seattle, 7 Eastern time on Fox. 2-0 count to the 10-time Gold Glove third baseman. Arenado lifts this ball into left field. There is Happ underneath it. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Justin Steele. So both starters have a 1-2-3 first. To the second we go in London. Well, back here in London, this game presented by Chevrolet, all new Chevy tracks. As we get started here in the top of the second inning. And a quick 1-2-3 first inning for both starters, Wainwright and Steele. And now it's the middle of the order for the Cubs. Left-hand hitting Ian Happ to start it off. Fouls it away, 0-1. Well, much different than what we saw in 2019 when both Yankees and Red Sox scored 6 runs in the first 2 innings. Here's the 0-1, misses low, 1-1 on Ian Happ. Is Paul Goldschmidt, career resume, a 2022 NL MVP, 7-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Gloves, 5-time Silver Slugger. 1-1 to Ian Happ is on the ground, foul. A lot of foul territory. Almost reminds you of playing in Oakland with the amount of foul territory that is here. A long way to go for the corner infielders. Now, this is the 5th different country that Paul Goldschmidt has played an MLB game in it. That's an MLB record. And it's fouled away, 1-2 on Ian Happ, the Cub left fielder. 1-2 count from Adam Wainwright. Cubs and the Cardinals London Series tour. That's called time, and it's going to give Wainwright another chance to pick a pitch. And Cubs are 21-6 when scoring 5 or more runs. So far scoreless in, we go to the top of the second. 2-2 pitch is driven into center field and deep, going back to center fielder, back at the wall, and it's gone. Ian Happ with the first run here in London. 1-0 Cubs. A monster home run in center field. He went dead central for that one. And it's a 1-0 Cubs lead. Another look at it. He went with that sinker. It was a little out of the zone, and Ian Happ got all of it as he made Edman turn around into dead center. It's 392 to the wall. He crushed it out of here. And it's a 1-0 Cubs lead, and now Dansby Swanson comes to the plate. So the first home run here in London today, the 1-0 to Swanson's outside, 2-0. Oh, they were asked on the pregame, how many home runs do you think are going to be hit? The numbers were 8, 3, and 2. We've got one so far. That's 2 and 1 as Swanson waves and misses. Adam Wainwright with that ERA going to continue to climb. Entered the game with a 5.56. The 2-1 is a little inside, 3 and 1. Well, that home run more of like what we saw in 2019 with the Yankees and Red Sox series. Balls were flying out of here in London. 3-1 to Swanson. Is ball 4. He works a walk. So a leadoff home run and now a walk for Swanson. And then Ken Rosenthal with Ian Happ.
What has it been like for you, this experience so far?
It's been awesome. I mean, the crowd's electric. I think it's been pretty fun to see the Cardinals fans and the Cubs fans going back and forth on who can cheer louder. Awesome stadium.
Ian, thanks very much. Joe, back to you.
All right, Kenny.
Well, it's been a fun start so far, and here's Bellinger back up the middle. Nice play by DeYoung. Steps on second, on to first. Double play. It'll be a 6-3 double play as there are now 2 away. And that's the Cody Bellinger double play. So now 2 out. Here comes Christopher Morel, who has been so far sensational for the Cubs with the long ball. 34 games, batting .268, 13 home runs, 25-plus RBIs. First pitch to Morel is chopped on the ground, slowly to third. Barehanded Arenado, throw to first, on the tag, not in time. As Christopher Morel just beat the throw from Arenado as it threw Goldschmidt off the bag, so it'll be an infield single for Christopher Morel and another base runner here for the Cubs. That tag may have either missed him or was not in time, and it did miss him. Another look, and it does not touch him, so Morel does beat the throw. Arenado threw Goldschmidt off the bag, and now it's the catcher, Yan Gomes, the number 8 hitter in the Cubs lineup. Well, it has been a fun few days that these two teams have been here, but now time to play ball, and Cubs leading at 1-0, top of the second, 2 out, as Gomes takes high, 1-1. Christopher Morel was on a streak of hitting home runs, and here's a guy that's got 7 this year in 44 games, batting .269, 23 RBIs. A lot of room to the right side of the infield for Yan Gomes as he chases that one upstairs, 1-2. This Cubs offense, we told you, 21-6 when scoring 5 or more runs. They just need to get 4 more. As they lead 1-0 on the Ian Happ home run. 1-2 in the dirt, gets away from Contreras, stopping and staying at first will be Christopher Morel. Contreras left the Cubs last year after the season and came over here to the Cardinals. A team that Contreras won a World Series with as a rookie. 2-2 pitch from Yan Gomes is lifted into right center field. That ball's going to get down and hop in front of Edman. Going first to third is Morel, and the Cubs have first and third with 2 outs. And Nick Madrigal coming up. That's some good 2-out hitting, 2-strike hitting for Yan Gomes, and they've got him set up on the corners as Adam Wainwright about now to throw his 30th pitch here tonight in London. And now it is up to Nick Madrigal, the third baseman, the number 9 hitter in the Cubs lineup. 1-0 on the Ian Happ home run as Contreras and the rest of the Cub infield is going to come and talk to Adam Wainwright as the Cubs are set up here after the Ian Happ home run, but then a infield hit for Christopher Morel and then a base hit for Yan Gomes. Cardinal infield is trying to settle Wainwright down here in the second inning. He's had some big-time games where he's pitched so far this year in 2023. He pitched a few times in the World Baseball Classic. And he's pitching here in the first game of a 2-game series in London between Cubs and the Cardinals. So here's the 9-hitter Madrigal with 2 outs, first and third, and already 1-0 Cubs lead. Pitch outside 1-0 on Madrigal. Well, Adam Wainwright in 43 2/3 innings this year. The ERA up at 5.56. Entering the game, remember, we told you that. 1-0. Outside, it's 2-0 on Nick Madrigal. Third baseman for the Cubs. Batting .252 this year. And this is what the Cubs are trying to continue to do. They've been able to hit well with men in scoring position and men on base. The 2-0 is into center field. It's a base hit. Scoring Morel. Going to second is Gomes. It's an RBI single for Nick Madrigal, and it's 2-0 Cubs here in the second inning. Another 2-out hit for Chicago, and they extend the lead to 2-0. Kind of reached out for that slider, got the foot down, reached for it, and picked up the RBI to center field. That's a big-time RBI for Madrigal. Back to the top of the order, Mike Kaufman, who's been hot for the Cubs lately, will bat here with 2 outs in first and second. So Kaufman 0 for 1. Grounded to DeYoung at short first time up. The 0-1 to the left-hander. He takes low 1-1. Mike Kaufman was not at the leadoff spot all year. He's moved up to that. And in the last 11 games, he's batting .325, 8 RBIs with the 2 home runs. And he has entered this game 12 for his last 36. 1-1 outside, 2-1 on Mike Kaufman. Pitch count continuing to climb here in the second inning for Adam Wainwright. A 2-1 pitch coming to Mike Kaufman. Is on the ground to second base. It's Donovan to Goldschmidt to end the inning. So, Cubs start and strike first. It started with a drive to deep center field. Ian Happ gives them a 1-0 lead, and then the RBI for the Cubs by Nick Madrigal. 2-0 here in London. Cardinals coming to bat in the home half of the second. Well, we're back here in London, and Cubs lead at 2-0. Don't forget to scan that QR code. And here's a shot for Wilson Contreras to right field, right at Seiya Suzuki. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the second inning. Justin Steele out for his second inning of work. He has had a really good year for the Cubs, and Contreras' struggles continue, and in frustration, slamming the helmet. And it's something we were just going to talk about, but the struggles with Wilson Contreras this year is he was asked about why, what is happening, what is different from what has been going on when he was with the Cubs, is he was one of the better Cub hitters, and now with the Cardinals just struggling. So 0-1 on the rookie Walker. He breaks his bat, grounded to third, Madrigal to first in time. A shattered bat, 2 away.